नमस्ते। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JVN Dr. Anamika Ahirbar, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today, I am going to take the lecture on the topic spiral model. Spiral model is one of the topic of the software development models. In the previous session, I discussed about the waterfall model, and now I'm discussing another model, that is a spiral. Uh, it is an evolutionary software process model which is a combination of an iterative nature of prototyping and systematic aspects of traditional waterfall model. Okay, so there are spiral means these are the sectors you show here, and there are four segments or four quadrants you can say, in which the process is going on. Okay, now the history of this spiral model. The spiral model was defined uh, by Barry Boehm in his article 1988, and this model was not the first model to discuss iterative development, but it was the first model to explain why the iteration matters. So the focus is on why the iteration matters. Okay, so when to use a spiral model? When cost and risk evaluation is important, then we use waterfall model. And the second is for medium to high risk projects, this model is very useful. And the third is the users are unsure of their needs, then this model is of course important. Then the requirements are complex. If there is the requirements which are very much complicated and it is not easy to understand all the requirements, so because on the basis of requirement we can only use or you can say go to the next phase like designing, coding. Okay, then the specification changes are expected. Sorry, significant changes are expected. So in this model you can change the change the things, but further you can modify, you can say. Okay, so that's why due to these reasons the spiral model will be preferred by the developers. So here the next is the four-fold procedure. It is basically a fold, because as I told you, these are the four quadrants, you can say, four parts, or you can say. So here he used the word four-fold procedure. uh, so in the first phase is the evaluating the first prototype in terms of its strength, weakness and risk. Then the second fold is defining the requirements of the second prototype. Then after, in the third, planning and designing the second prototype. Then after, constructing and testing the second prototype. So there are basically three prototypes you are using. First prototype is for defining the requirements, second is for planning and designing, and then the third is the constructing and testing. Okay, so there is a four-fold procedure. Prototype. Prototype is an early sample, model or release of a product built to test a concept or process, or to act as a thing to be replicated or learned from. Then you see in this diagram there are four folds, like in this planning, risk analysis, engineering and the customer evaluation. In this phase, you see there's cumulative cost, commitment, partitions, reviews, and all the things. Means planning is done in this phase. Then after this phase, process through steps, we come to this risk analysis. In this risk analysis phase, you are build some prototype. As I told you, there are prototypes like risk analysis, It's every phase, in every prototype, you are facing the risk. In every spiral, you can see in this spiral, and this spiral there is prototype 2, and for this spiral there is prototype 3, and lastly the operational prototype. If we are talking about the third phase, or you can say third fold, you see here this is engineering. Means you see here the concept of operation, software requirement validation, software product design, design validation and verification. In the benchmarks there are various things which are distributed, like detailed design, code, unit test, integration and testing, acceptance test, implementation phase. So in the first cycle, you can say concept of operation should be clear in this engineering phase. If after this rotation, if you come in this phase, that you need to be specify the software requirements and requirement validations. Then in the third phase, the model, software product design and design validation and verification. So in this customer evaluation, this is the fourfold. In this, you see here, right, requirement plan, life cycle plan, and this development plan, integration and test plan. So while you you go through this spiral, you just go through the plan phase, risk analysis. In risk, you build a prototype, and if you enter this in third fold, you need to plan out the concept of operations, and in the fourth one, plan life cycle plan, in this requirement plan. Okay, then after you enter to the second spiral. In second spiral, you see that risk analysis also there. Then you build a second prototype. After entering this third phase, emulation and software requirements, requirement validation. Okay, and if in the fourth phase, development plan, then go to the next cycle, then risk analysis, of course, prototype 3 again build, then again. And this models are what? Software product design, design validation and verification. Then in the fourth fold, integration and test plan. Then after this in this cycle, operation prototypes. There are some benchmarks which are divided into various parts, like detailed design, code, unit test, integration test, acceptance test, implementation. Okay, so this is the you can say fourfold life cycle. Then plan means the objective, alternatives and constraints of the project are determined and are documented. Okay, in the risk analysis, all possible alternatives which can help in developing a cost effective project are analyzed. This phase identify and resolve all the possible risks in the project development. If we are talking about the engineering phase, the actual development of the project is carried out. The output of this phase is passed through all the phases iteratively in order to obtain improvements in the same. Then come to the customer evaluation fold. In this phase, developed product is passed on to the customer in order to receive customers' comments and suggestions. This phase is very much similar to the testing phase. Now come to the applications. The spiral model is used most often in large projects. For smaller projects, the concept of agile software development is becoming a viable alternative. It is also reasonable to use the spiral model in projects where business goals are unstable. So these are the applications of a spiral model. Then come to the advantages of spiral model. This first is that changing requirements can be accommodated, allows for extensive use of prototypes, requirements can be captured more accurately, users see the system early and frequent feedback from users. Another is the disadvantages of a spiral model. The first disadvantage is end of project may not be known early. not suitable for small or low risk projects and could be expensive for small projects, because there are, you have seen in the diagram risk analysis phase. In the risk analysis it might be possible that you will get the profit or you will get the loss. Okay, so there is a probability of the risk. So in the next is the process is complex, and spiral may go indefinitely. Risk assessment expertise is required. So thank you so much. This is all about today's session. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jayati Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.